And so I did it. I pulled myself up from the bootstraps. And you know what's amazing, Dr. Campbell, is that the two women who showed up for that photo shoot had walked through a very similar season as me. And they just grabbed me and hugged me and prayed with me. And it became this time of being so fulfilled that I didn't even know that God had prepared ahead these two perfect strangers to literally hold me up and go, smile, baby, we got you. And if I hadn't made myself get out of bed, I would have missed that experience. And as a byproduct of that photo shoot and that article, we ended up landing a $40,000 client because they saw my picture and read the article, tore it out of the magazine, walked in my office and said, we want you.
Very nice. I love it.
Yeah.
And that speaks wonders to the amount of support that we need because when we don't have it, we need to, be around all those people. Goes to the first conversation that we were having, but they also understand, because they can see it on you. They truly ask, like, you good? And when you say, yeah, but you're kind of shaking your head, like, kind of, I'm trying to get it right. They already know. They speak the language.
Welcome to the Resilient Minds podcast, stories of grit, growth, and success, where we dive deep into the journey of successful leaders who've struggled and succeeded. Before the wins, before the titles, what was the mindset behind the leader? On this show, we focus on real stories behind the success, the struggles, the resilience, and the courage it takes to keep moving forward, even when times get tough. My goal is to provide you with stories of hope and transformation, showing that no matter the challenges, there is a way forward. On this show, we'll be meeting with highly successful leaders who've battled through obstacles, emerging stronger and wiser on the other side. This show is for anyone who wants to grow, evolve, and find the light at the end of the tunnel. Everyone's a leader. So together, we'll uncover what it truly means to evolve as leaders, and ultimately, as human beings. This is Resilient Minds.
Hey, I'm your host, Dr. Campbell, and I'm here with Amber Gaige, and she is a phenomenal woman. And when I heard her story, I really wanted you guys to be able to listen to it. She is the international best-selling author and the founder of Far Beyond Marketing, but she's also the third generation entrepreneur. That is a very few and far between. You don't hear much of them because it just takes so much grit to be able to keep something running and then start your own thing. And I really wanted you guys to be able to hear her heart as a leader, but also her story. Thank you so much, Amber, for joining us.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here, Dr. Campbell. It's really an honor.
Well, I really appreciate your time because you are absolutely busy. I couldn't imagine. I was looking at your profile, I'm like looking at your website. You do so many different things. Tell us all the things that you're doing right now.
Oh my goodness. Well, I am blessed to be a very high energy person. And unfortunately, my almost 9-year-old son is just like me in that area. So, most importantly, what I'm doing is I'm raising my boy on my own. I'm a single mom, divorced from a very unhealthy, abusive relationship, came from a very unhealthy, abusive family. And so, my passion in life is to help people to overcome their obstacles and grow their businesses because I'm finding that when people have healthy businesses, their lives get better. And when their lives get better, they give back to their communities and our communities get better. And I don't know if your audience is aware of this, but there are over 54 million small businesses in the United States alone. And so when we impact small businesses and help people overcome their demons, then we're actually impacting our entire country. So that's my heart.
Absolutely. I love that too because you're helping the little man, right? Not stay down and not have to struggle because you've done it, right? And then you help so many other people do it. So like you really don't have to struggle as much. There's people out there that will help you.
Yes.
What is
Yes. And this struggle is real. Oh man, is it real?
so real? And it's so unfortunate that not a lot of people know how hard it is. And so the grit that somebody builds getting a successful business. It's really something to be proud of, but it causes so much humility too.
Hmm. Hmm.
What do you
Yeah.
hardest thing that you've seen business owners overcome?
Oh goodness. Well, I'll speak for myself. I mean, I think overcoming imposter syndrome, overcoming self-doubt, overcoming, I mean, finances. There are times as a business owner, everyone eats before you, right? I mean, you have to overcome sometimes depression. You have to overcome the naysayers in your life saying, "What are you doing? You can't do this." You really just have to have this inner drive. And as you keep saying the word grit, that is one of my favorite words. As a Texas woman, grit to me means something different. It means girls raised in the South. Um, but I was always told growing up, let your grit show, which meant toughen up, buttercup. So I think you have to overcome your own self-doubt. You have to overcome the negativity of people around you. You have to choose your path and just surround yourself with a small inner circle of people that will bring you up and not tear you down.
Absolutely. Would you agree too that as you're rising, when you're not held down anymore, that you do shift change the people that you are around because of that?
100%. When I went through my divorce, it was like divorcing my entire world. It was divorcing more than my husband. It was also divorcing my family because they did not approve of me basically coming out of the shadows and saying, "No, I'm done with abuse and I won't do it anymore." Took me 16 years of an unhealthy marriage to break free of that. And then I ended up deleting over 500 people off of my Facebook page as well. So your circle gets smaller, but the quality of people gets better.
Right, I would agree. Yes, and it's not coming from, and this is my experience as well as, a lot of the other entrepreneurs that I've talked to, it's not from an egotistical point of view. And sometimes it seems that way, but it's not. I've never met one person who says, "Well, I am better than them. Why do I want to associate with them?" It's like, no, it's survival. Like I need people around me who will support me because it's extremely hard. So it's the
Yes.
negativity that they're separating from.
I'm already crying myself to sleep in the closet at night. I
Right?
don't need someone else making me cry too. Thanks, but no thanks.
Exactly. Speaking of crying alone in your closet, I, as an entrepreneur and a single mother, I've done it too. Okay. There's no
There you go.
judgment here, right?
There you go.
Speaking of feeling your emotions, though, when has been a time that you knew that I couldn't, yes, it's building grit over time, but when were you like, I don't want to be strong right now. I don't want to be tough right now, and I don't want to tackle it right now. You just needed to feel your emotions.
Goodness. I mean, I can think of one day when I was scheduled to do a photo shoot for an area magazine. And I could not get out of bed, Dr. Campbell. I was laying in bed and I just thought, I don't have it. I don't have the energy. I can't paste on the smile, let alone paste on extra makeup and tease the hair up Texas style to, be ready for this photo shoot. I don't have it in me. And I just laid in bed and I remembered thinking, I can lay here and I can no show for this photo shoot and it will get me nowhere. Or I can make myself do this, get through the photo shoot, allow the article to come out that I desperately need for the publicity of my company on a local level and reap the benefits that PR offers. And so I did it. I pulled myself up from the bootstraps. And you know what's amazing, Dr. Campbell, is that the two women who showed up for that photo shoot had walked through a very similar season as me. And they just grabbed me and hugged me and prayed with me. And it became this time of being so fulfilled that I didn't even know that God had prepared ahead these two perfect strangers to literally hold me up and go, "Smile, baby, we got you." And if I hadn't made myself get out of bed, I would have missed that experience. And as a byproduct of that photo shoot and that article, we ended up landing a $40,000 client because they saw my picture and read the article, tore it out of the magazine, walked in my office and said, "We want you."
Very nice. I love it.
Yeah.
And that speaks wonders to the amount of support that we need because when we don't have it, we need to, be around all those people. Goes to the first conversation that we were having, but they also understand. because they can see it on you. They truly ask, like, you good? And when you say, yeah, but you're kind of shaking your head, like, kind of, I'm trying to get it right. They already know. They speak the language.
They know, they recognize the hurt. And I think we live in this world with this fake um, presumption that we just have to be okay. And the truth of the matter is, when we are vulnerable and honest and say, no, I'm not okay, this is not a good day, there is a human aspect that we are given grace, that there are wonderful people that have also walked through pain and they are willing to come alongside. But we have to start by being honest with ourselves and honest with others and stop wearing the mask. Can we just throw out the hypocrisy of being fake? I'm so tired of it.
Yeah, I would agree. And I think that people who are really trying to do the work, not only on their business, but on themselves, they're the ones that build the real grit because it's not fake grit, it's real. And they
Right.
build the real support
Yeah.
because to have authenticity with yourself, you have to be around people who are also authentic, right? And what changes in your life, it changes as a result of you changing what's going on inside you. So it's a
Yeah.
complete life transformation. So you really do have to let go of your identity that you had before if you want the kind of life that you're trying to achieve.
I love that. I'm so glad that you said that because I do feel like I'm a new person in this new season. And I wouldn't have had the courage to really embrace who I was created to be if it were not being willing to do the hard work, get raw, and be honest about my faults, my flaws, my pain, and set a new course.
Yeah. Because the humility comes when you're really working on yourself. Because really, the way that we operate as humans, we're constantly looking outside of ourselves. And when we start looking in, all of a sudden, our nervous system, it has this lovely internal mirror. Then all of a sudden, it turns and you see yourself. And you're like, oh my God, I contributed in this way and that way, and maybe I should stop doing this. Or, oh wow, when I have the strength, maybe I'll go do work on that one, but that one's pretty tough, so we have to prioritize. But like we start seeing ourselves, and it can be a lot to really dive in and really work on yourself because the more you work on yourself, the more you see yourself. That could be scary.
I think you're speaking to the very real truth that sometimes it's hard to do that on our own, and we need a guide. We need a doctor. We need a coach. We need a counselor. We need someone to hold our hand and guide us through that process because if not, we live in isolation and it's very hard to break that cycle. So hiring someone like you, having that close knit of supporters, I mean, you can't do it alone.
Right. None of us can. And that's a big thing that people should understand. Just because if you have degrees or if you've done the work, like it doesn't mean that you are put together or healed, as in past tense. That doesn't exist. We are all healing people. So it's a constant progress, right? Like you're constantly taking accountability, self-reflecting, feeling your emotions at the same time as picking yourself up from the bootstraps and continuing to go, right? It's a balance. But what does that look like in your life? Like, do you have this self-care regimen to keep doing all these things and moving forward?
Here is something that I really struggle with because I was never taught to prioritize it because I was raised very poorly. We didn't have the money for self-care. We didn't have, the luxury of that. We were just taught to power through and get over it. But I'm learning self-care, and I'm learning that self-care can look like something as simple as spending time journaling, to giving myself an extra 45 minutes to sit on my couch with my fluffy blanket and a cup of coffee in the morning, to saying no to that 6 o'clock conference call so that I can have dinner with my son. So I'm learning self care and learning what that looks like for me.
Absolutely. And I love the fact that examples that you use because it's not just pampering yourself. I personally am a proponent. I completely support anybody who wants to pamper themselves,
Heck
right?
yeah,
However, that's not the only way. So technically, you don't even need money to practice self-care. You need boundaries.
boundaries. Yes.
You said one thing that I wish this is like the number one coping skill everybody in the entire world needs, the ability to say no.
Yes. I was at a women's conference this last weekend, and the theme was rewriting your story. And the keynote speakers actually said, let your no be enough.
Yeah.
Your no does not deserve an explanation. Children explain, adults don't. Your no is enough. No.
Yeah, and it's a one word answer, right? Like it's a whole sentence in itself. So right now, what does your life look like? What do you do day in, day out? Because you got your son and you're going to work and still trying to work on you. What's that look like?
So I'm very blessed to live close to my office and to have an incredible team that works in the company with me. I mean, my director of operations, she laughs and she calls herself my babysitter. She's floor next to me and picked me up when I was crying. Very blessed to have a supportive team that I can be real with. So I also homeschool my son part-time. So what my life looks like is that I'm home with my son. 3 days a week he's in school. So on those days, I am pulling 10-hour days and I am back to back with meetings and optimizing my time, doing the things that I cannot do when my 9-year-old is in the room, right? Anyone that's raised a child during COVID, God bless you. I feel you. It was a rough road. Um, on the days when my son is at home with me, I am concentrating on him and taking meetings and doing things, but not committing to networking events. So I am meeting with clients, I am networking, I am I am parenting my son, helping him with his homework, and family dinners are a big deal. So, being home to have dinner with him is huge. And then strategically monitoring when I'm able to network out in the community and when I'm not means I have to make very tough choices about my time and what groups I will commit to and what groups I won't.
Well, the boundaries, right?
Mhm.
You can't do
Mhm.
everything and you shouldn't have to, and
Mhm.
really you don't have to.
Mhm.
But I
Mhm.
think we're programmed to think that I have to do all these things. I have to be everywhere. I have to be spread thin and, be all the things for everyone. And that's just not true.
It's not because you really are forced when you have limited time to put your energy into where you're going to get the greatest return.
Right.
So if I know that I'm going to get the greatest return by having a meeting with my team members and delegating the top 5 things that need to be done that week, that's worth a 45-minute phone call, right? And if I don't think I'm going to get the greatest return by attending a meeting 30 minutes from my house, I'm not going to give that 30-minute drive time, but I might commit to a Zoom call in a
Right.
similar way. So you really do start thinking strategically, and time blocking is huge so that you are absolutely putting on your calendar, I'm going to do my research at this time. I'm going to do my meal prep at this time. I'm going to meet with my team at this time. That just helps you to feel like you have some element of control over your time, which is the most precious resource that we have.
Absolutely. What I like to say, when your time and your focus are like the most important thing, but what I see literally as currency, because it's so much more important than physical money, is your energy. Like
Yes.
wherever you're putting your energy, that person, that Zoom call, that meeting, that group, that client, whatever it is, if it's not worth your energy, don't do it.
Totally agree. And you know what? That means that you have to strategically select your clients too. I've fired clients before. Sorry, I'm not a good fit for you. Why? Because I'm not willing to be at your beck and call.
Yeah, and that's okay. Boundaries, again.
Please. Oh, we could just title this episode Boundaries.
I was literally just thinking that. Well,
You're
thank
so
you.
professional.
Thank you so much. We're going to make sure that the audience can contact you. The name of her company, she's a founder of Far Beyond Marketing. And actually, before we hop off today, can you quickly tell them what you told me about the amazing things that you guys are doing with AI right now?
We are so excited to be employing AI and technology for our clients. So we recognize that the old way of marketing is not working. So by employing AI and systemizing marketing and being fully transparent about the results that our clients get, we're able to optimize any kind of online ad spend from Netflix to CTV to Google ads. We're able to fully automate outbound leads, scraping the internet for high quality keywords that people have been searching for within the last 7 days. So you know they're looking for your services. We have done a substantial amount of investment in AI and tech to partner that as the foundation underneath all the marketing tactics that we offer.
Very nice. So to me, it sounds like straight innovation.
Yes. Innovation, results oriented, full transparent.
I love it. Well, I love what you're doing and I love your heart. It was an honor talking to you today with as many things as you're doing. I really appreciate you giving me your time and your attention
Anytime you call Dr. Campbell, anytime. Green light.
so much. I'll talk to you later.
Bye bye.
Thank you so much for joining. Your time and your focus are your most valuable currencies, so thank you for giving that to us today. Our guest contact information will be in the description below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. But please, if you know someone who's struggling, stop right now and send this video to them. The struggle behind growth and success is real, and they need the support to make it, because the strongest minds are the ones that healed. So don't forget, lead louder, feel deeper, and stay resilient. Until next time, this is your host, Dr. Campbell, on the Resilient Minds podcast.